Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I would like to start this meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, if you don't mind. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is going to be an abbreviated meeting with the impending storm coming. They're estimating right now, the weather forecast says between 8 and 9.
What?
Is when the ice and.
I thought you meant 8, 9 inches.
I'm
I was going to
sorry,
say
what?
that's
Timing, not inches.
I'm going to throw something at
Oh,
somebody.
no,
Timing.
8 to 9 o'clock tonight, the weather's gonna start, okay? So we'd like to get you out of here before, if we can try maybe between 8 and 8:30, so if we can get as much done in the first hour, hour and a half. And we're going to therefore adjust the schedule and put the more pertinent things immediately, okay? And I guess that we're all, no one's signed up for public comment, so.
I have a public,
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
It took me a minute to think there.
Linda, what's your address really quick?
Linda Lampkin, 4 Griffin Road.
Four Griffin Road.
Yes.
Thank you.
Road, not Ave.
Road not out. Thank you.
Really? Do I have to use this? Of course I do. I'm just wondering, and it could be because of the change of your meetings or whatever, why are we not seeing the treasurer or we have not seen any kind of treasurer's report?
I will say that the treasurer is out sick today, okay? She called me tonight, and she's sick. I will tell you that the treasurer sat with Colleen, who handles all of the, all of the reporting, and with Donna today earlier, and they've come up with a process that they can work all together, and so they've already come up with some things today, and they were able to achieve that. And so, therefore, we should see reporting regularly starting, okay? They've set up a process, and so they're going to institute the new process and get the reporting on time.
Okay, so you're saying like next month?
I'm saying that, yes, and I wasn't part of the meeting, but the one thing I had suggested to the treasurer, if she knows she has a report that has to be, it should be on the web within 7 days of the meeting, then she's got to get the information she needs by 10 days prior from Colleen and from the staff, and present her meeting on the web within 7 days of the meeting, and that's what I've asked her to try to do.
Madam Chair, may I
Go ahead.
clarify? Colleen and I met with Jan yesterday, and what we met with her about was not related to preparing financial reports. It was related to what was put on the agenda to discuss a manifest process for the board. And also, since staff was mentioned here, I want to reiterate that the staff have been giving the treasurer the information in a timely manner.
Okay, so.
And I will acknowledge that, and I will put that on us, that we've set up a time frame. Within 10 days, the treasurer should work on the report. It should be prepared within 7. And that's going forward, that's what we're going to attempt to do, okay?
Okay, so 7 days from now, I should be able to go online, bring up the treasurer's report, see what all the balances are, all of that is there, money coming in, money going out.
7 days prior to the next meeting, which in this case, we're going to have to reschedule another meeting probably to cover some of the stuff for this month. So you were saying within a week or so, that would be, yes. In this case, it would be the case, because we're going to have a second meeting. But normally, it would be 7 days before the first meeting, the first week of the month, okay? So it would be like the last week of the month, it would be posted. So
Okay.
that people would be able to see it, absorb it, before they come to the meeting.
Okay, so where do I just go to the trustees website and that's where I'll be able to find it?
It will be in the attachment to the meeting. So the financial report from the treasurer should be attached right to the meeting with all of the stuff that's going to be discussed at the meeting. So
Okay.
you go to the agenda on the website.
Yeah.
And right within the agenda, there'll be, you see the first page will be the agenda, and then going further down, you'll see all the reports that'll be in there.
Okay. Yeah, so whatever you guys, that had nothing to do with this.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Any other public comment? If not, the first thing I want to discuss is the director's position, okay? And I would like to ask a board member to take charge of going forth and you know, and seeking out a list of candidates. And Helen and I have spoken and agreed that we would like to ask Nancy if she has come up with some great ideas already, talking about researching different agencies we can use and stuff. And so therefore, I'm going to ask Nancy if she would be willing to take lead on this position.
Madam Chair, I would consider it a privilege. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Okay, so that's our first thing. We have someone who's going to start now, today, or tomorrow. She's already been working on it. I'm going to tell you that right now. And we're going to work on that,
It's an
okay?
important position. Yes.
So, going through the new business, Donna, would you like to go ahead and discuss the remediation of the building?
Yes, I would like to do that, but I do have a follow-up question regarding the search for the new director. There was some documentation shared by Jan by email earlier this evening that referred to hiring an outside consultant, essentially, to be the one to search for the candidate. So by appointing Nancy, is it correct to say that you are not going to take that avenue?
I would say Nancy is going to set up the process. She's already looked at outside vendors. So I'll have her address that.
It certainly would not be my goal to hire an agency to help us find a director. I think that there are a variety of other ways that we can go about recruiting without spending money that we most likely do not have in our budget, and we have big expenses already. So I think with your help and some help from other individuals that want to participate, we will be just fine without hiring an agency. I would hope that my colleagues would agree.
Okay.
We've looked into it. Agencies are charging, I would say nominally, it's about 20% of the first year's salary is what I've seen, and when you're looking at, a director would say making $90,000, you're now talking about, $18,000 going to an agency. We would prefer not to do that. That money could do much better with our staff and not paying for an agency. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and just to follow up, the board, is it correct that the board has not voted to dedicate any money to doing so and hiring an agency at this time? Correct.
If you're asking if we voted on that anywhere, to my knowledge, and I've been at all of our meetings, we have not.
No.
Okay, great.
Okay?
That's it.
And so now, did you want to do an update on the renovations now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I do have a pretty substantial update from REARC to share with you. I'm not going to read through the whole thing because it is extensive, but I will give you the highlights. They did want me to really encourage you to give the okay, I suppose, to sign the contract. They really need our contract signed in order to then go and contract the subcontractors themselves. So at this point, it has received feedback from your attorney, and there were some changes, which is fine. I have not presented those to REARC yet because I wanted your okay to do so, and get the revised one over to REARC so that we can keep moving forward. I don't know if you really need to vote on that or if I just need like a consensus.
Well, I would say that until we decide, I mean, we can't vote on money that we don't have, okay? Let me be very clear.
So you're not, to be clear, town council has already authorized the money.
Okay, then we're just.
So it's not, you're not
that's-
authorizing money here.
Okay.
You are giving me permission to sign the contract to work with REARC, which you've already approved to work with them. You've
Yes.
selected them. So really, I'm just asking
just
for the
official
okay.
Fill in the line,
If you
right?
looked over what your attorney suggested for changes, are you okay with me moving forward?
She sent it was a lot of
It was-
changes. I don't
it
know if
was.
you had a chance to look at them all.
Yeah, I did. I read them.
Yeah.
No.
I trust that
I-
she was making it, changes
Yeah.
in our best interest, so.
And, I mean, exactly, and obviously the town council has, faith in, us going forward and making the and Bob Slater was involved with this?
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you, he's a great asset, and I think so. I personally, if Bob Slater and Donna are saying this is what should be done, and best practice to be done, I'm willing to call a vote and take a vote at this time.
I'll make a motion that we sign the contract, pending the changes from our attorney, or sign and have you present back to REARCH.
I believe the plan as of right now is that your attorney would revise the document with the changes suggested,
Okay.
and then we would present that back to REARC. And I believe that I would be signing on behalf of the library.
I think we want to authorize Donna.
And-
Yeah.
Okay, and so I make a motion that we authorize Donna to sign for us when those changes have been made and accepted by REARCH.
I second that motion.
Roll call,
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Marco, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Okay, you're all
Thank you.
set.
Great. Moving forward in our update. The next question to pose to you is regarding building access. So REARC has let us know that there are going to be a lot of early mornings coming where vendors need to get access to the building somewhere between 6 and 7 a.m. The earliest we schedule staff right now is 8:30 a.m. So this would significantly change someone's shift or potentially add admin time. So my ask to you would be to give us permission to give them a key and a security code to the building, REARC specifically, not like every vendor, because they will be on site with the vendor when they're there, and allow them to get in early so that we don't have to schedule a staff member early to be there. There are days when I will have to be there to meet with them to discuss things, but it won't be every day.
Conversation?
I support that. That's what's done
Yeah.
everywhere.
I mean, I had my building painted last summer, and our painters showed up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, well, I'm not coming to open the door at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I would support a temporary means of access to the building, and as if you're going to issue a key, Donna, I know that you'll do this, but I'm just saying this for the record. Just make sure that you assure that individual, or not even assure, impress upon that individual that he or she cannot make a copy of it, and of course that you would like it back when the job is done.
Yep. I'm also happy to draft up something just to document the exchange of the key and the return of the key,
Yep.
if you would so choose.
Yeah, I think that would be fine.
Any more discussion?
No.
Roll call, Helen.
Well,
you
I'll
wanna
make
start?
a
Oh,
motion,
go-
I make a
yeah.
motion that we allow Donna to give REARCH access to the building for early hour work to be done.
I would second that motion.
I have just one
Yeah.
question, okay? That key will go to like a supervisor within that company, and that's the only person that would have that key?
That's correct. It would be either the superintendent or the project manager for REARC.
Okay, all right. Are we ready to vote?
Yep.
Nancy?
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Marco, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Thank you.
Okay?
And then to continue on with my update, so I did let you know that a dumpster would be coming. I thought it was this week, but it's actually going to be delivered on Monday. That will be placed in our back lot, as well as a portable toilet for anyone working on site. They did want to let us know. So the thing that's going to start on Monday is the duct cleaning. They did sign on the vendor that can, if needed, pivot to take care of mold concerns if they find anything while duct cleaning, which is great. It won't interrupt the schedule if they're able to take care of it right away. They are starting that on Monday. That process involves turning off the rooftop units in the building, which obviously do provide quite a bit of heat. So we're going to be relying entirely on the radiators heat provided by hot water. So there is going to be more of a need for us to really keep close eye on building temperatures. They do know that if we have another drop in temps, hopefully we won't, but if we do, that they are prepared to bring in electric space heaters to make sure that nothing happens in the building in the meantime. And then as soon as the duct cleaning is complete, they'd be able to return the RTUs to being active again. So that will be forthcoming. The exterior envelope consultant has been on site already. They've already issued a draft report. I have not seen it yet, but REARC does have it. And they are scheduling to return for more further inspection. They have opened up some areas of the drywall and the ceiling in the main room in order to have a better look at things. And I do know that they're going to have to, they haven't yet, but they eventually will have to open up the drywall in the front entryway in order to see what's going on there. Nancy, yeah.
So when they started opening that up, did they find any surprises, Donna?
So the big surprise was that they were expecting more rough insulation, and they did not find any. There was insulation, but not what they were expecting for insulation.
So it's not as well
Not
insulated
proper.
as it should be.
Correct. So that, I mean, we already knew that insulation would be part of the scope anyhow, but they were expecting there to be more than there was.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the heat and not being able to have, as much heat as, there should be, how is that going to impact any of your staff who are going over to the main library to get stuff? How will that impact them?
Yeah, we're probably going to, there are scenarios right now where staff are staying in the building longer to work. But I think with the temps being lower, we're going to just suggest you're going in, getting what you need and coming back.
Just
so we're gonna
at
limit-
a different location doing the work.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
limit their
that makes
time in the
sense.
cold.
Yeah, I just don't want any of your staff at risk for, any reason.
Yep.
Okay.
They also let us know that part of the duct cleaning is going to involve areas of the building that will not be accessible to the staff while they're doing it, which totally understand. So they're going to keep us up to date on what areas are available to us and not available to us.
Now, have you moved like a lot of your programming equipment and stuff that you use regularly? Has that been moved out of there so that you don't have to keep going back and forth in there, or there's no place to put it right now?
We don't have a lot of storage space, but we have been cognizant of the fact that there's going to come a time when we are going to have probably a couple weeks when we can't get into the building at all. So we've been trying to plan ahead and bringing like the essentials over in terms of programming supplies, office supplies, anything we need to kind of get through that couple weeks.
And again, consider if we need to like rent a trailer for storage type of thing so they can get in, they can get the stuff out of the trailer, if there's location for it here. And, anything that would help the staff, okay? You let us know what you need, okay?
Okay. I mean, we'll consider that. Obviously, our goal is to minimize cost as much as possible.
Yes,
But
yeah.
if we feel like it's really necessary, I will present it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that was duct cleaning. There was an update, which I know I put to email, and the town council is aware as well, that all of the rooftop units after inspection were said to be in poor condition. And I believe that the scope of the project will need to be expanded to include replacing them. That's not official yet, but I think that's where we're headed.
Would you say that again? Replacing what, Donna?
The rooftop units. We have 4 in total. 3 of them are active. 1 of them is not. The one that's not serves the historical room, and it has not been active for about 9 years. That was a previous board's decision to not replace it. so that one has been sitting there for a while. The 3 that are working are also in poor condition, and the thing that's unfortunate is that none of them are capable of controlling humidity anymore. And with the mold issue, we need to make sure that once the mold is mitigated or is remediated, that it's not going to return. And we need to make sure that the HVACs can handle controlling the humidity. The indoor doctor, the mold company that we have, recommended at least being able to control it at 50%. Right now, we don't have any control of it. So I do think because of that the project is going to have to expand to include replacing those. So that is forthcoming. We do have the same company that's doing the duct cleaning is also going to be cleaning like the registers, grills, diffusers. There's a plan to replace ceiling tiles because they, especially in the children's room, they did look pretty rough. So the entire room is going to be replaced after cleaning. We got kind of some good news. We met with the insurance adjuster, and he actually is proposing to expand his initial scope of what the insurance will cover after looking at the damage after everything was dry. So that is going to include more rooms being covered for carpet replacement. So it's going to include the whole main library. It will not include any of really the small rooms off of the main library, so like reference office, historical rooms, study rooms. But it is going to go into the office spaces in the back. So that's kind of nice. We had already planned on that probably happening, but now we know that it's likely that insurance is going to cover it instead of town funds. So that's good. They also, oh, sorry.
So that is good news. So my question is this: you just made the comment, reduce moisture, which I agree with, and God forbid we have another flood. Please, God, no. But is carpet really going to be the best choice? And that's a question that I perhaps would have for the contractor, unless Mr. Slater wants to comment on that. No.
I can add a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
So the initial report from the initial findings from Indoor Doctor did say that they would recommend hard flooring. However, we have really big concerns because it's such a large open space with the sound. Yeah. We think the carpet is helping a lot with the sound. So what we're actually suggesting, and we're not sure yet if it's how much it's going to be over and above what insurance will give us. Right. But we're really looking at moving to carpet tiles, so that
easy to replace.
If anything were to happen again, it is so much easier to replace them. Sure. Because right now we're dealing with a roll of the whole room. So
perfect.
So that's the idea.
That's a good answer, and I'm glad to hear that they're going to be a little more accommodating in financial support. So that is good news, Donna. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. So there is some more to the specifics of what insurance will cover, including obviously replacing the drywall and things for the area that was water damaged. There is going to be some significant painting covered by them as well. That whole what we call main reading room or adult room, will be repainted, which is great news. So really, we're excited that we aren't happy that this is the way it had to happen, but we're excited that we kind of have this opportunity to rejuvenate the space because it hasn't really seen anything in 30 years. So, yeah, we're excited for that part. Let's see what else they have to add. They also noted that one thing that's going to change with the scope a little bit is that the flex duct was looked at by the duct cleaners, and they agreed that it would need to be replaced. That is 30 years old, and they didn't think it would survive cleaning. So that is a cost that wasn't initially planned for. We don't have a quote for it just yet, but just so you know that that's coming. Let me see if I had any other. I believe that was it for the update, unless you had any specific questions for me.
I have a couple of questions and comments, okay?
Sure.
Obviously, there's going to be a massive amount of costs coming in, you know? And who is actually at this point besides you? I mean, you're the point person that's signing the contract. Who's actually looking at the charges and determining, yeah, we need to get this done, or maybe we can defer that? Who's, you know, and is it the town manager, or is it, you know, Bob, or how are these decisions being made?
So I would say, and feel free to chime in, Bob, if you'd like. I would say it's kind of been a team effort, which I appreciate. It's been, you know, I'm sharing the information obviously with the board, but I'm also sharing it with Bob and with town manager Mulholland. While he was out on vacation, I was also in touch with Deputy Town Manager Karen. So I do think it's been very collaborative and working very well. In terms of specifically charges, so whenever, in terms of the process for that, when I receive an invoice, I get it authorized by the town manager to move forward with paying it, I guess. And then I go through the process of sending it over to finance. It will be added under the library's budget, which I think he explained to you all previously. But he plans for us to be overexpending our budget and to figure out where the money's going to come from on the town side.
Okay, and you personally, because this is all on your shoulders, are you comfortable with the amount of collaboration and that you're getting the answers you need from the town and from the contractors and stuff? Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, REARC's been great to work with so far. So.
Okay, great. And I guess I would ask Bob the same thing, because you're an expert here in this field. Are you comfortable with the process that's going on right now?
Yeah, let me just say this, with all the unknowns to what we're finding, to what Donna stated, and she's on top of this, you know, all day long, plus trying to, you know, handle staff and keep the library function. The collaboration between her, myself, the project manager, Kevin from REARC, everything is being done over and above to make sure that we're comfortable. And then any of these big items like Donna hit on, the HVAC, that's going to be a process of engineers looking at it. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's got to happen hopefully before it starts getting cold again, but the library can still function while this is going on. There may be a period you shut down for a day or a weekend. They can change these units and get them up and running, but in the summer and early fall, they can do this work without needing heat. So that stuff's going to take some time to process with Kevin, because there's going to be 2 or 3 prices. I'm sure Donna's going to bring it back to you guys, and you're going to review these change orders and understand, because you're still ultimately responsible for the building. But, you know, the town manager is put forward, you know, the funds and the town council. So this is all above board, that everybody knows. Donna just covered it perfectly. You've got a great person here, you know, watching over the library and her staff, and very diligent in paperwork and making sure questions are asked and answered. So you're in great hands, and we're here all to help each other and keep the costs down. It was great news with the insurance company, because that's going to offset some of the costs that you didn't have covered already. So it's not all doom and gloom. We've got some good positive things out of that. So I think we're headed in a good direction. It's just going to get a process to get you open, and then work on the bigger items after that. So it'll be a little easier when she's back in her office and in that environment, and her staff's able to function like they need to, and the community's back using the facility, and then you can work on the bigger items, and that'll be up to the town and the town council how they fund it, you know, because it is one of their buildings and that. But I'm glad everybody's working together here. It's in that, so great job.
Great, thank you for that. I want to thank both of you sincerely very much. I mean, this is like something we would never have expected to happen, and something you would never have expected to be a construction manager, you know?
Nope.
But
Yeah.
you know, you're putting on the hard hat, you're doing the hard work, and I want to thank you for that, okay? And especially thank you, Bob, for your expertise, because,
It's what
so,
the community does. You don't
yeah.
have to thank me.
Okay, so bottom line, What's a guesstimation for opening the library again?
We had an initial estimate from REARC, but that was before everything new was discovered.
Yep.
So they have kind of gently warned us that with the new items that have been discovered, it's likely that date could
Oh,
be
yeah.
pushed out. So we started with mid-May. We're probably looking at after that at this point.
That's
Well,
even
like-
better than I thought then. I mean, it's not great, but it's, and right now, your staff is all up and working and providing service, right, to the community?
Yes, the full staff is working. We are obviously in a smaller space, and we're floating between buildings even. But everyone's doing what they have to do to make it work, which I sincerely appreciate. I know, obviously, like you said, none of us really expected to be here. But not only that, the town's also made room for us, which we really appreciate as well. Madam Chair, you had asked me for an update on like what staff is working on.
Yes.
I can address that if you would like, under this, if you would like.
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay. I do have. I believe I gave you all copies of it as
Yes.
well.
Yes, I did. Yeah, we see it right here, current additional work assignments, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So what I did, this is kind of a list. I know you already have everyone's job descriptions. So this is essentially what I'm thinking of as in addition to their job description.
Yep.
What's had to happen at this point. Sorry, I'm trying to find my page here. So I just split it up by job title. That was right here. So I think mine, you pretty much know, it's probably the most visible to you that I've taken on the project management standpoint on behalf of the library, and gone to essentially what all the meetings that a director would normally go to represent the library. So I won't go through mine too much. Department heads have really stepped up, and in my opinion, they're really serving in an assistant director role right now. So taking on some of the things I would normally do. They have really assisted a lot in the day-to-day management of the staff, because I've been having to be over at the library so much or focused on the project at hand. So they're really picking up on helping staff, stay focused on their tasks and also keep them scheduled. And taking care of any escalating issues or concerns that are coming up. They're also stepping in. I'm keeping them as up to date as I can. I think you've seen that I've been copying them on as much as I can in terms of the building project, just in case I need to be absent for like a day or so. They will have the information they need to be prepared to step in and act in my place. We're also at the height of summer reading programming. February and March are like huge for us for summer reading planning. So they're really at the height of that. I will say that something that we normally don't have a lot of time to be able to focus on is like looking for grant opportunities. We always don't have a lot of time to even seek out sponsors or do some outreach for summer. And some of that has been able to happen more than usual because of our situation. I will also give kudos to Becca, who actually got a grant for us for summer reading. We're really excited for that.
That's great.
So we don't actually have that money to present to you yet, but that will be forthcoming.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be a larger program than we ever would have been able to do on our own.
Huge, yeah.
So we're really excited about that. I do think that even though we're in this tough situation, what's going to come out of it are some really great things that we normally wouldn't be able to accomplish.
Right.
So another thing that we're looking at, and we've already actually had one housing complex in town reach out to us. We're looking to do some pop-up opportunities. So actually go to, say, a housing complex or, I don't know, even another business, say, and just have, our table, be able to promote our services, sign people up for library cards. I know there's been lots of questions about the building with like one-on-one with the public. So I'm sure we'd be answering a lot of those questions as well. So we're if anyone that's watching is interested in having us come visit them, we're happy to make arrangements. But we're also going to ourselves be seeking some of those places out. So we're excited to actually, we're trying to see this as like our opportunity to get our boots on the ground type of thing and do a lot of outreach work. So you'll see there are several positions that I've kind of tasked with that. There's also kind of a motivation to something that we've definitely seen over time, I would say over the last year or so. We really haven't had as much time to dedicate to our like digital I can't think of the word, not programming, but our
Presence?
presence, thank you.
There you go.
That's the word. Yes, like social
Yes,
media, even
yeah.
our website. We can definitely build things out more. Also, we've had asks from, which I really appreciate, from like the Friends, giving us some suggestions on how to get the word out, how to make people feel a little less anxious about all the changes that have happened, and get them to come visit us still, or us to come visit them. So we have, and with some collaboration as well, I really hope that more staff are going to be involved in kind of the content creation side of things while we're in this temporary place. But it will also potentially open up some doors to, like, again, get them out into the community, make connections, and when we get back into our building, hopefully there will be new faces joining us in the building because of that work that's happening. I don't want to go, I know you're trying to stick to a time limit, so I don't want to go like thoroughly through this, but if you, yes, Nancy.
I do have a couple of questions because, I mean, my goodness, summer reading is so important to so many families.
Yes.
And please God, this construction project doesn't take us too far into the summer.
Right.
But in the event that it does, do you have some places in mind where we can hold summer reading and summer programs?
We have some ideas.
Okay.
We've already actually started with those ideas, even with spring programs. But I think that those locations have been really interested in helping us out. That I think that could continue into the summer, depending
Okay.
on their availability.
And I don't need a full list tonight, but just as long as you've got some kind of a
Yes.
plan in the works. Should
Something
this
we've had to
project-
do is like have a plan B, a plan C
Yep,
in this
yep.
scenario.
Yep.
So yes, we're prepared with those
Great,
options.
thank you.
I want to commend the both of you and your whole staff in the innovative way that you're handling this as an opportunity. And it's a wonderful opportunity. It's a challenge for
Yes.
all of you too. I recognize that too. But the fact that you're also looking at it as an opportunity, and everyone seems to be, not depressed over the whole thing, So, I want to recognize that the staff has been wonderful. They are wonderful, and that, a lot of other people who might be working here may not have as graciously accepted the changes you've had to do in your daily activity. And we appreciate that, okay? I just want to make sure. And I want to make sure that you guys, anything that you need, that if we can in any way help you get it, that you come to us and tell, oh, we need a trailer to store stuff, or we need this, or we need that type of thing. Just let us know, okay? I don't have the money personally out of my bank account to fix a renovation, but, I just want to thank you very much, okay?
Thank you.
So, does anyone have any questions on that? No? Okay. And we're going forward with the summer program planning,
Yes.
Are you, aiming to do more outdoors this year? Because you're not uncertain about the spacing indoors that you would have during the summer?
I would say outdoors is definitely going to be one of the options that we consider.
Good.
That also comes with its challenges because we have to consider, a rain date or how we're going to handle weather.
Exactly.
But we would make it happen. So
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
If you certainly have the determination will to make it happen. Your whole staff does. So it'll be great. Okay.
It particularly works well this year. The theme of the summer reading is plant a seed, read. So it really is an environmental
nice.
focus. So we're looking at doing some collaborative work as well, and I think it's working
You're
out. So
environmentalist. I love it.
Yeah, for the summer.
we already have some collaboration planned with the green team, so that'll be
Great,
fun.
good, good. Yes, the town's been wonderful to the library. They really have, you know. This is truly a community, a family. It's not a community, it's a family here, you know, and I recognize that. Okay, let me see what's next. So, looking at the director's position, okay, we, Nancy, one of the things you and I and Jan need to sit down and look at the money, because Jan and I looked at the money, and we have a serious problem with,
All right.
you know, we have to come up with money for a position.
All right.
Okay?
Well,
But I think right now, that's the most important thing is going forward, that, you know, we're gonna have this beautiful, almost new library. We need to have a director, okay? And so for whoever applies to it, we need to post it and people can apply to it, okay? The other thing is that I know, just to let you know, people have suggested to me, okay, and Jan has actually, that they were hoping, because we have warrant money, that for a position for a children's librarian, and they were hoping if we didn't have enough money to bring on the director, that we could actually use that warrant money. And we looked into it, and we cannot use that almost $33,000. That cannot be used for a different position, for the director or anything. If the warrant had said, within the second, there's a statement they put in warrants that say, after the second year going forward, that money can be absorbed by the library, by the library, what do I want to say? Budget, that it can be absorbed. That would give us the allowance to use that money for the director's position. And in this case, it did not say that. So that was a disappointment, but we're still looking for the money, okay? So that's our problem. We have to come up with the money. But we need to, in the meantime, you know, thank God you guys are all here. That's all I'm telling you. Thank God you are all here, okay? Did you have anything else to report today?
Not under that topic,
Okay,
no.
okay. We're not going to do a financial review now because, obviously, our treasurer's not here right now. You know, we did start it. We started putting a thing, and what we had to do is we had to put in projected costs, you know, amongst other things. And unfortunately, I know one of your requests was to get, you know, bonus money for your two assistants that are helping you.
Madam
Yeah.
Chair, I believe that is a topic we were going to discuss in non-public.
Okay.
I don't believe that's a topic for public.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. We have to go into non-public because you also have something else, right, for non-public? Do you
Right.
have?
There are some more items on the agenda prior to non-public.
Yes, yeah, okay. I'm checking the time.
Yeah, do you want to do contract approvals?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Donna?
Yep.
Okay.
We do this. The new code's going to be under this.
Would you like me to proceed with contracts? Okay. The first one to present is for Cunningham Security Systems. They are the company we use for our security alarm. So you'll see that's a renewal of our service for another year. I will add that this is an increase from last year of 5%. But we have had no issues with the service they provided.
I'm sorry, you said it was an increase of what?
5%.
5%, okay.
I mean, I think that seems reasonable what do you think, Nancy?
I think that I wish I could get security for this price for my building. So I think this is very reasonable.
Okay, so are we going to vote on that then?
Would you like a motion?
Yep.
Huh? Yeah.
Madam Chair, I would make a motion that we accept the contract renewal for Cunningham Security Systems for $567.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Greco, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And the second contract I have to present is from a company called MightyNet. They provide to us a web-based tool called Bestmark that we use for cataloging. It's extremely helpful to us in saving staff time. So I would recommend that we renew this again. We've had them for many years before I even started, so over 10 years. And this cost is actually the same as it was last year.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is very good news. And if it's saving time and effort for your staff, that's great, you know?
I'll make a motion that we accept the MightyNet contract for $466.
Second,
Roll call. Nancy?
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Greco, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Thank you. Those are the only formal contracts I had. I do have, the other quotes are for under staff development day, if you'd like me to continue into that. And then there were two others that I sent by email that up to you if you would like to look at those as other business, say, or if you'd like to put them off until April.
Okay, well, let's look at the stuff first for the staff training. Can you explain when you're going to be doing that and now and
Yes.
what's going to happen?
So the board has previously approved the library to be closed on Thursday, April 9th, for us to have a staff development day. So for that day, everyone that works will have the same schedule, probably a 9 to 5, and we will spend the whole day on trainings. And we do have several trainings that is no cost for, but there are two I'm presenting that come with a cost. So the first one is a presentation from NAMI, New Hampshire. They would do the 525 price is for an hour and a half foundational workshop. And then they would also provide about half an hour of describing their services so that we can better help refer patrons to them that are appropriate. And they also offered, for comparison's sake, or if it was easier on the budget, they could do a 1-hour workshop for $350.
And can you explain one more time what this is? What's the workshop?
Sure. So NAMI New Hampshire is a nonprofit organization. It's a chapter of a larger national organization that really focuses on the stigma of mental health. And I would have asked them to come present to us is really a combination of us being able to better assist the public and also some tools for our own self-care.
Okay, sounds good. And so there's like a couple of quotes. The one the premier one that I'm seeing here is like 525, right?
Correct.
And then you're saying we can pare down from there. Okay, you're saying it's a 1-hour workshop, and would all of your employees be in that one workshop?
Correct.
Okay, so you're getting all of your staff trained for, the 1 hour for 550. I think that 525. I feel that that's a very, it's first of all, it's important that people with disabilities that are coming in, to the library and stuff. What you need to do is people have to learn how to focus on what their strengths are and not what their, what deficits are and stuff. And so I'm sure things like that, is that the type of training they're talking about?
Right. This one
Yeah.
would focus on mental illness.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, yeah, okay. So, I think that's important. Or someone who's very disturbed and comes in and they're making a disturbance, and can you recognize if it's a danger to the public or it's just, their way of exuberantly talking and things? These are kind of things that there's triggers that you have to look for, and I'm sure they're going to teach you, your staff, that triggers of when you should be concerned and not concerned and things, I would think. So any comments? Yes, Nancy.
So, this is probably a technical question, but which line item does that come out of, Donna, in the budget?
So it would be up to
Management services?
It would be up to the board. So to recap, the board has already approved $500 to pay for lunch on this day.
Right.
That money was coming out of the trustees'
Trustees
bank account.
I
So,
remember that.
if you wanted this to come out of the budget, I would probably suggest seminars and workshops, which I do believe would overexpend that line.
We're already overspent on that one?
No, it's not already
Oh,
overspent.
Okay, I didn't hear what you said.
Would.
Okay.
Sorry?
Would put us over.
It would put you over, yeah. I also wanted to add, so there was one other, this was more of like the fun team building thing, the second one. We have a local artist who's been actually doing a lot of public programs for us, Ava, that the public absolutely loves. All of her programs have been really full. And I asked her if she might be willing to help us do more of a team building activity at the end of the day. And what I really love about this is that it's kind of like an all abilities activity. Everyone will get their own panel, like wooden panel to decorate how they'd like. And we will actually be installing it as a larger piece of artwork in the library for display when we get back to the library.
I love that.
Yeah.
And my school did something similar. We did families create a family curtain, and families
cool.
could create. So it just reminded me of that. I loved the collaborative piece of it. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at approving 2 of these programs right now for your day. Did you have others?
Nope, just those two.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be bringing any more. This would be it. And I just wanted to add that the total request is $720.
And now, what have we already? We've some trustee money was already. You said that was already.
Yes, you already approved up to $500 to be spent on lunch
Oh yes.
from
Okay. Good.
from your trustee
Yes.
account.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Nancy, can you see what's left in that line item?
Yeah, I mean, if
you
if
can,
I'm,
if you can read it.
yep, I've got, right.
With
So
tiny
it
font.
looks like do we have $120 left in that one?
Hold on, I can flip through and find it.
If I'm reading the right one.
We have $392.76.
Okay, so that's the one before that. Okay, so,
I also wanted to note that while we are closed, I did want to extend, there's a professional development opportunity I wanted to extend that would also come out of that line. That would be in the range of $250.
So we're looking about $1,200 somewhere in there, right? We're going to have to come up for these 2 programs plus that one, somewhere $1,100-1,200, something like that, right? And we're determining where are we going to put those charges? Am I correct?
I believe that would be less than $1,000 if I'm doing the math right. So yes, it would overexpend the line, so it would mean
Yeah.
essentially balancing out in another
Oh,
line.
okay, just under 1,000. Okay, well, obviously, the New Hampshire State Library Association, we do follow their guidelines. We do have a code of ethics from them. One of the codes is that, that the board can approve charges to go into another line, okay?
Right. If you didn't want it to go in that line, you could choose another line.
So what we can say is once you spend that one line, we can put it into another line, okay?
Right. I would just need to know which line you want to use.
Yes, okay. So let's open discussion of, first of all, where is a good fit for it?
But
Okay,
may I add my suggestion? I would actually prefer overexpending that line because in future budget years, it will show that we needed more money.
right. Great idea.
And if we put it in another line, you're not going to truly see the accurate
You
expenditure.
know what?
yep.
I
She's right.
guess, do
She's
we want to
right.
vote to just overspend the line, to use that? Because obviously, if we start doing more training for the staff and stuff, we're going to need more, we have not really given a lot of resources money-wise, for
Correct.
staff development.
Correct.
So I think by showing that cost, it's still a bottom line budget.
Right.
We're not going over the budget, but we're showing true cost, and I think that's a great idea you have, because then we can justify, there's so many innovative things coming up that your staff's gonna have to be trained on and stuff, I mean, you may be doing AI someday, who knows, in the library.
So one of the free
Huh?
one of the free presentations we're getting through the state library is on AI.
There you go.
Donna, do you guys need the 250 approved tonight, or can we approve the other two numbers?
If you'd like to, so the way I was looking at the 250 was that it's currently within budget.
Okay.
In the 392 that's in there. So really what you're approving is spending over
Okay.
that with the 720.
Okay. I make a motion then that we earmark to overspend the $720 to cover these two programs for their staff development day.
Right. I second that motion.
Roll call, Nancy.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Monaco, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Thank you.
May I say something?
Yep.
So I think it's good for us, to Liz's point, to know that if we haven't appropriately funded a line item, that this is the way to do it. I'm a big believer in training and development, and as we continue to grow and evolve, I think it's very important for our staff to be properly trained. So I hope that next year when we're working on our budget, we'll be able to properly fund this line. So we're going to very heavily rely on your expertise to properly fund this line. So I just wanted to say that.
I agree with that. Look at what opportunities are out there,
Right.
what kind of training you really could, that your staff really could use, and, plan ahead and let us, know how much we have to put in the budget for it, okay? Because it's very important for the staff to keep current,
Yes.
okay?
Donna, I feel like the answer is yes, but we've already approved for that day to be closed, right? We don't need to make a motion
Yes,
for that.
that's correct.
We already did that. Yep.
Making sure.
So have we approved all of the ones that you were seeking at this point?
Yes, there are two more quotes that I sent today. If you would like me to explain those, and then up to you if you want to move forward with them.
Was that the Flagworks, one of them?
One
Yeah.
was Flagworks, the
And
other was
Tucker?
Tucker. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, go ahead. Yep.
Okay. So one of my updates in my report regarding building maintenance is that last week during the blizzard conditions, the internal line within our flagpole broke, and also the hardware that connects the flag to the pole needs to be replaced. Flagworks is the vendor we've used in the past. They're out of Concord, and Megan was great about reaching out to them and asking for a quote. So they got back to us with the quote of $775 to repair the flagpole. Right now, we do not have the flag up on the flagpole because we can't.
And
So
what
that's
were
that
the
one.
options?
There really aren't options there. It's just to replace, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
on
was,
the bottom, there
are
was
these
options.
two prices? Okay, this
those were
129
for
and 169,
New
is that rolled in?
flags. Those were for the actual flags. We have backup flags, so we don't need those. We just need the
Oh, okay, perfect.
installation of the new line.
So you're just looking for 775?
Yep.
Okay,
This, to be clear, would come out of the maintenance line.
anyone want to make a motion?
Yep. Madam Chair, I would make a motion that we accept the Flagworks quote for $775 to replace our flags. Flag.
Second.
The poll, right?
Yeah, it's the pole. That's right. Sorry.
Okay.
It's restringing.
It's, yeah, roll call.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Monaco, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Okay, and then the last one then would be the
Tucker's. So,
Tucker.
sorry, Tucker Library Interiors. So this is the company that all of our shelving is from. And something, again, we're trying to look at things as an opportunity at the moment. We're looking at this as an opportunity to do something we've had in mind for a while in really highlighting and identifying our teen space better. And what it will take to do that is to actually move the adult collection items that are currently in that space out of it. And that will involve restructuring our shelves a little bit. So it will mean moving our music CDs out of that area specifically. So this quote that, again, Megan was great to get, would give us the components of shelving that are needed to rearrange the way we shelve music CDs currently. So this is more of an ask to get us what we need for when things are put back after the carpet replacement, because that's like the ideal time to really make this side quest project happen, so to speak. If you want to add anything else, Megan, you can.
So one of the things is our CD collection is fairly robust.
Yeah.
By utilizing the new shelving scheme, it will actually allow us to have 4 additional drawers, which will allow us to thin out the collection without having to weed anything, and have a little space to grow, because we're basically at maximum capacity. We actually do have a few extra drawers, so we won't have to buy any of those. This would be really just the structure to support them, and it will be easier to browse.
And just in addition to clarify, this would come out of the furniture line. Currently, none of the furniture line has been spent, and there's $2,500 in it. This would overexpend that, obviously, because this quote is for a little over $3,500. Again,
So
I would
basi-
suggest
it's the
it's-
two quotes together, so it's 3,500.
this is $3,500.
Yeah.
The budget currently has $2,500 in that line.
So we're overspending it by,
Again, that
1,000.
is a budget line that we have spent several years now advocating for funds in because of the age of the building and the age of the furniture. This is a pretty small project. So the fact that that's already overspending what we have is really going to show in future budget years that there's a need.
Sure.
so again, you want to actually display that number on that furniture line.
Yes.
Yeah, which makes perfect sense, you know. Any questions, ladies? No. Okay, did we make a motion?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I make a motion that we endorse the use of the furniture line to spend up to the $3,531.80 to when we are back in the building to change the shelving for the side quest. I really enjoy the term side quest.
I would second that motion.
Roll call, Nancy?
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Racco, yes.
Helen
Let's-
Palmieri, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, no, go.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes. Okay,
Thank you.
we're just flying through these things tonight.
Yep.
Okay, next, I mean, you have a tremendous amount of things on your plate here.
Yeah.
I know you do, yeah. Okay, what do we have next?
There were some unanticipated funds to accept.
There are no unanticipated funds this evening.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay,
Schedule of future meeting dates, times, location. I reached out to Kirsten
yes,
and I got some information I wanted to share.
okay.
And I wrote it down so I could go through it. At least just for the rest of March, in case we needed it.
Yes.
And then for April, I just wanted to make us aware, and I can forward this to the board too. Or
Okay.
I think I may have already done it, but just so we're aware. This room is available for the following Thursdays: 3/12, so that's next Thursday, right? 4/2, 4/9, which I just noted is your staff development day. 4/16, 4/23. And then she did not tell me for May yet, but I had kind of planned out thinking because 5/7 then should be our next meeting, so I was going to check about that. It's also additionally open Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, 3/17, Monday, 3/23, or Monday, 3/30, just for your knowledge. So, 4/2, right, should be our next regular meeting
Yeah.
if we follow our format.
Yes, so
I just-
that one we need to
we-
definitely.
I definitely
reserve.
wanted to make sure everything could
Okay.
get
Yeah.
booked and,
Yeah.
on the schedule.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so this room is already booked for you on April 2nd.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Oh, for the next board meeting, I'm sorry.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, it is already reserved unless you wanted to move that,
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
it's fine.
no,
So
yeah.
it seems like we're gonna be here a while.
maybe.
Okay, and then 5/7, then we should,
I can reach out to her again and just say
We
thank
should
you for that information. And
probably-
couldn't we
that's
also
a
just go
regular
ahead
board meeting.
Unless, have you guys already done that? I don't know.
I don't know if 5/7 has been booked already.
Okay.
If you give me a second, I might actually be able to check for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it has been.
Oh,
Okay,
it is?
so
Great.
that
Oh,
is booked
awesome.
already.
Great news. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay,
And,
so 4-2 and 5-7 have already been
Yeah,
booked, so that's great.
perfect.
Okay.
Good.
I'm just wondering, with cutting today short, are we
Right.
gonna have to have another meeting this month?
You know,
So I believe really the only things that you've skipped over is the financial review. And if you're still going into non-public, we would take care of that.
Yeah,
Tonight.
that we're gonna have to, we're gonna do that, yeah. And, yeah, so, the financial review, obviously, it's been deferred to the next, whenever the next meeting is, because Jan's doesn't have that presented to us yet, okay? So, basically, is everyone comfortable that we wait for the financial till 4/2?
For
And that we
financial.
not have a second meeting this month?
I feel like we should have another meeting this month. I
Huh?
don't know. I feel like we should have a meeting this month.
Okay,
I don't know. I feel like we've got a lot still to start repairing and.
I'm agreeing with you, because I'm gonna tell you right now, we need to sit down and really seriously look at the money, because we're having Nancy go into, exploring bringing in a new director. We need to find out what kind of money we have left to do
We're gonna
that.
have a new board too, so I
Yeah,
just
we're
feel
gonna
like
have a
we
new
need to
board.
start getting people
Yeah.
into their roles, like hit the ground running.
Yeah, but they're not gonna,
Right, they will.
no, I was saying they're not gonna be elected before, that new board won't come in until March, right?
No, the election's on the 10th, so the next room availability would be the 12th or other dates out.
Oh, okay, you're suggesting actually having them sworn in by the 12th and
Yeah,
and
I
having
think
a
we
meeting?
we have a lot to do.
So you're saying by March 12th, we should have a meeting?
No, I'm saying
sorry,
that
no,
the,
yeah.
the election will be the 10th, but whatever the room availability is really the critical piece. But I feel like we have a lot to still do, and we should get the new people in so that they can be, so we can take on our new assignments and our new board duties. I just feel like, why wait, weeks and weeks when there is so much to be done, especially at this major, there's a lot happening with the library and.
Well, I think I personally would like to have a meeting March 12th,
Happy to do that.
I
don't know about
just,
other people.
all of the new people will have to get to Sherry's office, like on, Friday and get sworn in or whatever, get sworn in previous.
I would suggest the 17th, due to the fact that Sherry generally needs a couple of days. In the years past, has taken a couple of days after the election off, so just to make sure that they have enough time to get
That's a good
sworn in,
point.
because the election goes from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and she's there the entire time, and then they still have to do
Oh, yeah.
all
We're
the
here
ballot
until midnight.
counting and the absentee ballots by hand. So she's usually there, and she'll need a day or so. So just to make it easier on her, I would
Excellent point.
suggest the 17th,
Yes.
which would be just a few days later. It would be the following Tuesday.
Is that St. Patrick's Day?
it is.
Yeah, I'm not available.
You partying up that night?
No, I am not partying. I gotta take care of my grandpuppy.
I was
I
kind of
have
excited
to-
for you to go out on
My,
Saturday.
my son and his family are flying in from Ireland
Oh,
that
okay.
day.
Oh, well, there you go.
They're gonna be in Ireland, and they're flying home, and I have to have the dog home and fed.
Funny. So could we maybe think about maybe that week, the 19th, 18, 19? If the room is available then, or
Not available.
it's not?
I mean, I don't.
According to Kirsten, it wasn't, but there could
Okay.
be other rooms available,
we could-
right? I don't know.
So we're looking, you said, the
Would-
23rd is,
Would the board be open to a Friday at all?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay, so the 23rd.
So next is
said it-
23rd.
okay, Monday, the
Nancy.
23rd is
Could you
available?
get Sherry to come to a meeting to swear everybody in?
I don't know.
Do you want to see if she's here?
I don't know.
She was here.
Okay.
I can
Megan's gonna
ask-
see if she's still here.
Oh, I was gonna say I could email her and ask her.
She's here, the doors.
Okay.
Hope she's not still working.
She better
Yeah,
not
I
still
know.
be working.
Is that terrible?
Okay, so you mentioned
I
a
promised my
Monday
son I
that
would
this
get
room
his
was
to-
available.
It's fine.
Monday the 23rd.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Can we take that one?
the 23rd.
Yes.
I think I'm in Florida. Hang on.
3:23. You're in Florida? You're not here?
I
Hang
think
on.
as long as we have a quorum. I
Right,
think-
that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
thing.
no, I know, as long as we have a quorum,
But
exactly.
we won't have a chair or a vice chair if Liz is not here. So someone else would have to run the meeting.
Can we do the 17th then?
Well,
Liz says she's
okay,
not available 17th.
okay,
But as long as we have a quorum.
Let's-
and-
I am retired as of next Tuesday.
let's back up a little bit. When we're looking at what, we're looking also, because there'll be the elections that day for the positions for the board, right?
On
Correct.
Tuesday, the 10th.
But you would still need, like, chair or someone else appointed by the chair to run the meeting.
Okay, so Tuesday, the 10th
Is election day.
is the election. Oh, okay, yeah.
Told me that was available anyway.
So that's the election. So what did we say?
If you're not available the
On the
17th, I'll
17th.
drag myself in unless those people have already gotten themselves sworn in.
Helen, I'm not totally sure
I know,
of
I
the
don't-
legality there.
I know, I was just saying, I assumed once people got sworn in, I was out.
Yeah.
I've heard varying things about charters and recount days and blah, 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 so I'll just do whatever I'm told, but. Don't worry, I promise I won't show up if I'm.
No, I know. you.
You said it's available 4/16? What day of week is that?
I saw the 23rd,
Lex.
was, Monday the 23rd was available.
But that would be after the next monthly meeting anyway.
Oh, okay.
So the availability, I can recap again. Availability for March, if you wanted a March meeting prior to the April one. Thursday, March 12th. Tuesday, March 17th. Monday, March 23rd, and Monday, March 30th. Monday, March 30th would be the same week as your regularly scheduled meeting, so doesn't sound like that's of
Super
interest.
helpful.
Well, we have to have one of these dates to do reorg.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out when I'm going to be here.
Yep.
Oh, we need to have elections. Okay.
Yeah,
So
get the
we got to figure
elections,
out
right.
this, it would be nice to have a full board, but we'll be lucky if we get a quorum for our elections, So if we get a quorum, whoever's there will take the 4 positions.
I think the St. Patrick's Day probably makes the most sense because kind of a downer for the holiday, but
Do reorg.
it makes the most sense giving it gets a week after in case there's any kind of issue and
Yeah.
availability for Sherry, and so I think that makes sense.
Well,
Could be
you
a
know what?
15-minute meeting
Right.
where we
I was
just take
just gonna
on new
say.
responsibilities.
That would be like at 7 o'clock at night? Well, I can have the dog at his house before then and be back here.
That's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I guess I can fit in the 17th.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Okay?
Here
So
we
let's
go.
book the 17th for the next meeting, right?
Book it, Dano.
Okay. Yes, please.
And we're going to have elections, right?
And Madam Chair, I don't know how the rest of the board feels, but we could just have that meeting for reorg that night. Just do the reorg and be done with it.
Oh,
We don't even have to have a full agenda. If you want to just do, it's up to you, of course, but if you
Yeah.
want to do a reorg and,
You mean the elections?
yes,
Yeah, just,
yes,
yeah.
yep.
I would ask if we have any other building concerns to discuss at that point.
Yeah.
Would that be entertaining?
If you have things to present at that point, that
Yeah.
would be fine, because we don't want to be leaving in that from 12:30,
Right, I mean,
30
correct. If you
days,
have,
whatever.
significant things in
Right.
terms of developments that you want to bring to our attention, sure. But, I mean, that can be the only agenda item. It could be reorg and update if necessary, and then we're done.
Okay, I'm going to send out, because all the candidates are not here right now, I'm going to send out an email tomorrow saying that on 3/17, we're going to have the first board meeting, that they should have already been sworn in, okay, and come to the board meeting, and they'll vote for the new officers.
And to just be clear, that is going to begin at 7 p.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then, is it a special meeting? Is that what you want to call it?
I would.
It would have to be a special
Yes.
yeah,
meeting.
if
A
all
monthly,
we're
yes.
doing is the reorg, then it's a special meeting, okay?
Great.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, 3/17, 7
3/17.
PM, special meeting.
Be
I'll
there,
send
be
it out to the
square.
candidates. Okay, so that they know, and tell them that they should you go to the town hall prior to that and get sworn in.
Okay.
Good, okay. So that takes care of the next meeting, right?
Yep.
And,
Did we want to go into non-public?
We do.
yeah,
Okay.
the other thing is, we have to, for we're gonna do a special meeting and it's just a thing, when are we gonna work on budget? Not until, we still have to come up, figure out where we're gonna get the money to pay for,
I think that's.
The new board can do subcommittees.
Yeah, there we go. We'll
okay,
start-
at that time, we'll
yes.
assign a subcommittee.
We can if you want, yep.
Yeah, and obviously, someone from, you know, we welcome the new board to be on it, but you need to have one of the existing
Yep.
trustees on it,
Yep.
who's been following the budget, okay? So on the 17th, we'll actually set up a meeting for a budget review, okay? Any other issues that we can think of right now?
Nope.
Okay, and Donna, again, if you have invoices and stuff, whatever, we always will fit those in at the very next meeting,
Okay.
because we don't want things to, you know, to lay around, okay? Okay, I think,
So we're gonna go into non-public?
non-
Yeah, we
yeah.
gotta leave the room this time.
yes, yeah, we're gonna go through there.
Okay,
Okay.
so, make a motion that we enter non-public, and then when we come back, we'll probably just re-enter public and adjourn, just so everyone is aware. Under RSA 91, dash A, colon, 3, comma, 2, A.
Yep. Second,
Roll call.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Marco, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Okay, we're gonna step out right there, so you guys don't need
You
to
don't have
leave.
to
You
leave.
guys can,
We're back.
Last man standing here, last lady standing.
We're all done. So, wait, do we, you know, I never remember.
We're gonna
how to
take
do
a
this.
vote to
So
seal
first
the
we're gonna-
minutes.
yeah.
Make a
Let's
motion to
seal the
seal.
minutes.
Well,
Do we have to make a motion to come
Just-
back into public?
yeah.
So I make a motion that we come back into a public meeting at
8:39 PM.
8:39.
I second.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Marco, yes.
Yes, Liz Thomas.
Yes, Helen Palmieri.
Okay,
Okay.
and then
Madam
we
Chair, I
need,
make a motion that we seal our non-public minutes for, what do we normally do, 5 years?
5 years?
5 years.
Second.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth Marco, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Okay,
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we adjourn our meeting.
I'll second that, and I shouldn't even.
Nancy Hendricks, yes.
Beth,
Marco, yes.
Liz Thomas, yes.
Helen Palmieri, yes.
Okay.
So we are adjourned at 8:39. We got
8:39.